Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, October 10th. We have arraignments today. Judge Pattison has the pre-exam conferences. And then we may have one or more preliminary examinations this afternoon. I just want to comment on something yesterday. We were doing landlord-tenant court, and we had a defendant named Anthony Rhodes, and we were busy doing the business we were doing. Then someone called in later and said, we think that video was inappropriate. It was actually on the toilet, which is about as bad as it gets, but nobody noticed it at the time. He turned the light off and finished what he was doing, put his phone on his floor, stood up and pulled his pants up. So I deleted all of yesterday's landlord-tenant videos. And so that whole afternoon has been removed. Mr. Rhodes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's Mr. Hardy. All right, our next one is CAC1 LLC versus Anthony Rhodes. Mr. Timothy George is here on behalf of the plaintiff. We were here a week ago on October 2nd. This is filed as a termination of tenancy action. The owner is asking for possession of the premises back on both of these cases. Mr. George, what's the position here?
Your Honor, we're just, as the court said, we're seeking a possession judgment today. My client wants to be able to have the properties back. Once the court orders and the 10 days elapses, if both individuals are out at that time, he'll take a walkthrough and we can address the amount of damages at a later date.
All right. Mr. Rhodes, what's your position?
I was supposed to move Wednesday, but my apartment is not ready till October 18th, so I will be moved out the following, which will be next Wednesday. I've been in talks with Shad, and I'm going to return the keys next Wednesday to him.
Well, the date for the writ is October 19th.
Yeah, I know that.
So if you're out by the 18th, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
so Mr. George, would you send me a judgment? And it would be helpful if I had these in advance, but if you'd email one. Date for the judgment is 10/19 and also the appeal. Defendant plans to move on 10/18, which will work out just right.
And Your Honor, we did send over judgments this morning, but I can prepare one and provide the completed one.
Oh, maybe Lisa. Lisa, have you got a judgment in Tim's cases? Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, sir.
As you heard Mr. George say, we're not going to address money damages at this time. It's simply possession. So if you move out, you turn in the keys, give your forwarding address in writing within 4 days of moving. If we need to have a hearing regarding money damages, that'll be set for a different time and date. So I'm going to send you what's called a possession judgment saying you have until October 19th to move, or is you're subject to being evicted.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, if you have any questions, stay in contact with your landlord.
Your Honor, can I?
Yes, just
I apologize. My client indicates that the access to the furnace of the building is through Mr. Rhodes' apartment. Is there any way that he could have access to that so he can go and light the furnace and get everything ready for the colder temperatures?
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. He has the key to the unit. I work second shift. So 3:30 to midnight, he's more than welcome to come in here and turn the furnace. I don't have no problem with that. All I ask is for him not to be on no crazy stuff, because we don't get along, not to touch none of my property until I move out.
Right. He knows not to do that, but we do appreciate that accommodation. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. fine by here. Tim, she did give me those judgments. 10-19.
Now, Judge Middleton,
Yes, sir.
you say I have to turn in my address in 4 days by writing. Is that to you or Shad?
No, that's a good question to your landlord.
Okay, okay.
You're the second person to ask me that today, so I must not be explaining myself very well. You turn it into the landlord.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's all I needed to know.
All right, Mr. Rose, thank you for cooperation. Hopefully this will work out and you can get on about your business. All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank you.